3 years ago, I read this book, and I didn't want to read it. When it first came out, I was very critical of it. And I said something about it on Twitter, and someone tweeted back at me, "Have you read the book?" I said, "No." And all of a sudden I had this conviction as a pastor, as a preacher, if I'm ever going to correct a doctrine, if I'm ever going to address a doctrine that's not in the scriptures, I want to know what it's about. That's my responsibility as a pastor. I'm going to know what we're going to confront here. There's a book in our bookstore called What's the Difference? Talking about Islam and Hindu and all the different religions out there. And so I remember picking this book up, Love Wins. Man, it's a happy book. It's a happy thought. Really, it poses a lot of questions, doesn't give a whole lot of answers, but it does lean towards this theology, and it swept a lot of young people my age into this thought, and that's why I've got to confront it today. I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not here to criticize anybody. I'm just here to tell you there's scriptures out there, and if you don't believe them, doesn't matter. You're headed in a place that you may not be ready for. And there's this thought in the book that says everybody's going to heaven. It's called universalism. It's the reconciliation of all people, that if you don't accept Jesus in this life, it's okay. If you reject him, if you decide to follow Islam or Hinduism, or if you're an atheist, if you just hate God, you're all going to heaven anyways. It's a theology called wide hope, open theology, the reconciliation of all people, universalism. Bottom line, everybody's going to heaven. And one of the thoughts in the book is that if you die, you can go to hell, and while you're in hell, you can choose that you now want to go to heaven and leave hell and go to heaven. But guys, I'm here to tell you there's no scripture in the Bible that affirms universalism. There's no passage in the Bible that affirms that theology. And we've got to be ready for this. We've got to know, man, heaven is for real, and so is hell. We've got to be prepared for it. Prepared. Are you ready? Are you headed in the right direction?